Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with the Atakline for this Memorial Day Monday, May 27th, 2013. Like I said, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Here in America, honoring the veterans who are dead or alive, who have sacrificed themselves for America, no matter what your stance is on our government, which I don't want to talk about here, because, of course, I don't want to be too political on here, but still, it is a good day to celebrate, and unfortunately, when it comes to weather-wise here in Michigan, it's not the perfect weather for the unofficial first day of summer. It's not good weather for grilling or on the beach. It's been raining here all day, so hope it's nicer weather in your neck of the woods here on this Memorial Day Monday. But happy Memorial Day to you anyway. And a pretty decent decent Memorial Day weekend. Thursday, I did not make an Atakline or any videos because I had a gig. Thursday, a whale Thursday night gig. It was a senior all-night party for the International Academy of Macomb. The only gig that I, DJ Zack Attack, had this weekend. And it was a good show. It was at this Lifetime Fitness at Hall Road and Hayes area by Lakeside Mall in Shelby Township, Utica, Michigan area. And it was a decent show. And we were in a gym, in this Lifetime Fitness, at a big gym with two sides. And I was on one side, and there was like all these stuff going on. There's a photo booth. Like, if you're a senior in high school, you know what senior all-night parties are all about. Mostly a lot of festivities, like basketball and athletic stuff and inflatables. And this is high school, but they still like the inflatables. And I did pretty well. I performed a lot of songs I haven't played in years, because this is high school. So they don't mind listening to old songs like Last Friday Night, Oh I'm a Bee by Black Eyed Peas and Katy Perry, respectfully. Songs that I haven't played in a long time, And it was a good crowd for being an all-night party when they were just running around the entire building. I saw people bouncing around. There's no line dancing or whatever, but there was people bouncing around, bouncing their head to the songs. And as usual, as all-night parties are, senior all-night parties are, I was before a hypnotist. Hypnotist was on like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was playing the last song. I was like, all the kids were around me, getting ready for the hypnotist. I was like, thank you, kids. Thank you so much, seniors, for a great show tonight. They all applauded me after I was done, so that was nice. And people were complimenting me. And hypnotist, who did the show after me, was actually the same hypnotist that I did my last senior all-night party with 2 years ago. This guy named Jack Fralick, who actually knows my dad, who's my roadie. So he was at the last senior night party I did 2 years ago in Dryden, and he was at this one too. So it's kind of cool to see him again. And it was a good party, good show to have a good weekend with. And I had a few days off. I had no gigs this weekend after Thursday. So what the heck? I went to Caesars Windsor, Canada on Saturday night to see Wayne Brady from Whose Line Is It Anyway and Let's Make a Deal fame. I'm a huge, huge Whose Line fan. Whose Line's coming back in July. Cannot wait. July 16th. I've seen basically everybody, almost everybody from Whose Line. I've seen Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood together. I even got to go on stage with them and do a skit with them. That was awesome. They mentioned my name in a skit of theirs later on in the show. That was freaking awesome. I saw in another show Wyatt Styles, Greg Proops, Chip Aston, and Jeff Davis. And Wayne was the only Whose Line I haven't seen, with the exception of Drew Carey. So I saw Wayne Brady last Saturday night, and he was awesome. It was just him, just a one-man show with his keyboardist, Cat Graham from Let's Make a Deal with him. And he did like mostly everybody's favorite games that knows Whose Line that he did. Sound effects with fans. And there was so many funny moments. Just so many funny moments in the show. Probably my favorite was near towards the end when Wayne did his own little, I call it a one-man greatest hits. Because not only was he singing the songs, he was playing the Colin and Ryan role into introducing the songs. Making fun of Mike Tyson. And the crowd apparently wrote song titles for him to do. There was no specific theme like on Whose Line's greatest hits. But he did song titles and styles from people in the audience. Even one was like, he was making fun of Mike Tyson introducing the songs. He's like, here's a song now played by a lovely Canadian girl. Because we were in Canada, Lovely Canadian girl. Justin Bieber. And the song that was suggested from Bieber, in the style of Bieber, was My First Period. Oh my god. And it was like a parody of, like, every style he did, Wayne did in this song. It was like an exact melody parody of a song. Like he did this Justin Bieber parody to the melody of Baby, all the way down to the ludicrous WAP. And he did a parody, a little Purple Rain parody of Prince to I Love Spider-Man. And also a Rolling Stones parody, which made it more funny since I was going to see him in Toronto till I found out the price, as we all know, as I said on my Atakline many times for the last month or so. He did a parody. Fledglings is not funny. I mean, Fledglings is funny. And he even did a Creed parody. I forgot the name of that song. He even did Helping Hands. I've never seen Wayne do Helping Hands because he had someone else do the hands for him, making a Jamaican writing cook. Oh, God. Wayne was just killer. And seeing him do his improv show, he was excellent. It's probably one of the best. I've seen 3 concerts at Caesars. Probably the best I've seen. It makes me look very forward to seeing him on Who's Line again this summer. Cannot wait till Who's Line comes back. And Wayne was excellent, man. He was great to everybody. And he took suggestions from the crowd like every other improv show I've seen. But like I said, it was different because it was one man doing it. Because usually I've seen more than one. Like it was like a duo with Colin and Brad and 4 people with Ryan, Chip, Greg, and Jeff. And it was just one man with a keyboard and stuff. And it was a fun night. Saturday, Wayne Brady. So that was my weekend. Thursday, the gig, and Saturday, Wayne Brady. I had 4 gigs if you count the lunches and brunch at RHS as 2 separate gigs. I got 3 gigs on Wednesday, the lunches and brunches, senior brunch for high school, Warmia High School, and an event for Oxford High School, my good friend Mr. Seco. And Friday, I'm returning to Wilkinson Middle for an 8th grade activities night. Celebration. So there you go. Now, on with the number 1 movie of the weekend, to kick off our Memorial Day entertainment news. Big weekend for the Fast and the Furious. Yes, Fast and the Furious 6 dominated the box office with a full day total from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of $120 million, making a total 3-day total of $96 million, beating the 3-day total $84 million from Fast and the Furious 5, and destroying The Hangover 3, which in 3 days made $41 million and $51 million for the 4-day total. Then add the Thursday night airing, the aired on Thursday night at midnight, $60 million, counting the midnight screenings on Thursday. So I thought Hangover would be more competition, but Fast and Furious 6 just destroyed. Fast 6 destroyed Hangover and made more money in 4 days than Fast 5. Fast 5 made $92 million in 4 days. Fast 6 made $120 million in 4 days. So there you go. Big record for Fast and the Furious. Best record for them. I saw Fast 5, and it was actually a pretty good movie. And I do want to see Fast 6 eventually, because I saw Fast 5. I wasn't too much into the Fast and the Furious series when it first came out. My brother was. But I saw Fast and Furious 4, and I thought it was good. Then I saw Fast 5. I saw bits and pieces of the first one. Didn't see any of the second or third. Thankfully, didn't see the third. As everyone knows, that's the worst one, Tokyo Drift. So there you go. Fast and Furious 6, your new number 1 movie in America. Now, on with an update on a news story I said on the last Atakline I made, which was Wednesday. Now, Wednesday's Atakline last Wednesday, I said that Blake Shelton was on the brink of announcing an NBC content special to benefit the victims of the Oklahoma tornadoes last week. Well, it's official now. It was made official right after I think it was made Thursday night, officially, that the special will take place in 2 days. This Wednesday, the day of my sequel gig, May 29th, it'll be called Healing in the Heartland. It'll take place from the Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. Blake will perform the charity, he's doing it, along with his wife Miranda, and also Reba, Vince Gill, and many other guests that'll be announced soon enough. Probably announced last minute. The event will air at 9 o'clock on NBC Live. It'll air on other channels, either live or tape delayed, on the other Universal channels like G4, Bravo, and also CMT, Style, and E. So there you go. Blake Shelton's Tornado Relief Concert takes place Wednesday night at 9 on NBC. And of course on other channels as well. Check the local listings for them. Now, speaking of TV, on with ABC, Modern Family, of course, also on Wednesday was the Modern Family season finale. Since I'm making a Atakline on Thursday, like I mentioned, I'm going to review Modern Family season finale. It was a great way to end the season. I have been saying all along that the fourth season, the first half of season 4 was good. Second half's been amazing. And there's been great second half. And I liked the theme of the episode. It was all about, not knowing somebody until you find out more about it. It was about Phil's mother who died. And it was a cool little way to end the season. With Alex trying to figure out why her grandmother gave her a lighter as a gift. Like, everybody got a gift from their grandmother. Luke, Alex, and Haley. And Alex was trying to figure out why the lighter. But then, as she delved more into it, I think it's like, don't judge a book by its cover. Because one of the grandmother's last wish was her husband, who played by Fred Willard in this show, who was Phil's dad, to hook up with a woman, a random woman named Ann Fitzsimmons or something. And Phil and Claire were going to her house, and it saw another man open up that thought it was her boyfriend, but it was her son. They found eventually. So a lot of gossip in that episode too, especially when Cam was getting in a book club and getting into the he said she said bullshit like his gay friends there in the show. So there you go. Good way to end the season for Modern Family last Wednesday night. Can't wait to see it come back in the fall. Now, we have some sports news. Starting with TNA. Now, I did see at least the first hour or so of TNA Impact. I missed the last hour because, like I said, I had a gig. My gig started at 11. So I left around 9:30 to get there and have enough time to set up. So I missed like the last hour or so of Impact. But I did see the first hour, which of course kicked off with Hogan talking about, the whole AJ thing and about Sting. Talking to Sting about not wanting him to put up the White to face Bully Ray again if he loses. That was a stipulation made 2 weeks ago in the contract signing. Even Brooke wanted Sting not to get involved because basically Brooke's like, everyone's taking the blame for this whole Bully Ray thing. I'm the one who fell in love with that asshole. And then Bully Ray came out saying, till death do us part, babe. I'm never divorcing you. And of course, Brooke's very upset about that. She wants out, as we all know. Then we had a triple threat match for a contendership to be an Ultimate X. It was a return of Suicide, taking on Petey Williams and Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan replacing Zema Iron, because Zema Iron got injured, and he had some stomach thing or something. I mean, TNA ain't funding it. I mean, there's a fundraiser for that. TNA's not funding. TNA suck. They have no health care. So much so they care about the wrestlers, huh? Anyway, Suicide won the match. It was a pretty good spot fast. And I thought Petey Williams should have won, but Suicide won. I don't know who's wearing the suit this time. If it was Daniels or Cash, never know. So Suicide won this triple threat match. It was a decent match to open up Impact. And it was to determine who was going to be an Ultimate X along with Chris Sabin and Kenny King. So we had a triple threat Ultimate X match at Slammiversary this upcoming Sunday, June the 2nd. And then we had a gut check tournament match that was supposed to take place. Sam Shaw was supposed to face off against Alex Silva, but then Ace and Eights came out and said they attacked him. And then Madness came out and then won in a match against one of them there and there. A lot of returns during Impact on Thursday, which kicked off with the return of Madness challenging a member, which was Wes Briscoe. And Briscoe did dominate early on, especially with the other Ace and Eights members at ringside. But as Magnus was waiting to take over the match, and he was dominating the later half of the matchup. But as Magnus was about to put the nail in Wes Briscoe's coffin, here comes the other members of Ace and Eights, causing a DQ, which caused another return, like I mentioned. Samoa Joe came out for a month after being attacked from Ace and Eights. He came out and helped Magnus out. So Joe and Magnus apparently back together as a tag team that once again rally up to take on Ace and Eights head on. And then we had Kurt Angle against Mr. Anderson was next. It was a pretty good matchup. It was the last match I saw before I left for the gig. And it was a pretty exciting matchup. Pretty back and forth. Pretty good matchup with these guys. They've had many matches before, and this is probably one of their best. It was pretty back and forth match, and Anderson was taking over the early half, and of course Angle kept fighting back. Good near falls. And then AJ Styles came out to distract Angle. And as AJ was attracting the referee, Angle got low blow by Anderson behind the referee's back. Referee didn't see it, and Angle got pinned by Anderson. 1, 2, 3. And of course, AJ, who was set to join Ace and Eights that night, then attacked Angle after the match, adding insult to injury. Then, continuing the return theme, Cowboy James Storm came out to announce who would be his mystery tag partner at Slammiversary, despite claims of him having an injury and may be out for a few weeks. So James Storm is still adamant on wrestling this Sunday at Slammiversary. So he kept teasing his partner, including a returning Sharp Boy coming in after Hulk Hogan mentioned him. But it was a return of Gunner. Gunner came back and attacked everybody. He attacked Bad Influence and also Wood and Aries. So Gunner is back. He's now apparently a face. Teaming up with Storm. There was no reaction for him. I think there was like no reaction for him. I missed that, but I saw it on the internet. Then we have a new Knockouts champion in Mickie James, who took on Velvet Sky. Despite Velvet Sky's injury, with her knee injury, Mickie James wanted the match to go on. And of course, that knee was a big target for Mickie, which ended, I did see this on the Impact website, which ended with Mickie clipping the knee of Velvet, delivering on DDT, and a 1-2-3 victory for Mickie James at the end, becoming the new TNA Knockouts champion. Glad to see Mickie James back in the spotlight again, especially with a new album, but she's not heel. Maybe the clipping the knee may be a heel turn tease, like we've been hoping for. Now, we ended off with AJ Styles. I was thinking there was a swerve coming. Boy, there was a swerve. AJ came out, he got the cut and everything. And it looked like AJ was indeed, yes, going to join Aces and Eights. As he was accepting his cut, going to accept his cut, Angle came out saying, "Why are you doing this, AJ? One last chance." The Aces and Eights beat up on AJ. And of course, AJ nailed Angle. Literally nailed him with a hammer, taking him out. And of course, standing tall, delivering the Aces and Eights. Like the Ace and Eights pose. But as AJ was posing, he then attacked Ace and Eights. So I was like, I should have guessed that AJ was gonna. I had a sneaky suspicion that AJ was gonna pretend to join Ace and Eights, then turn his back on them. And boy, did he at the end. So if AJ's not on TNA side apparently, and not on Ace and Eights side, whose side is he really on? Well, his own side. So we'll see what happens this Thursday on Impact, doing the final Impact before Slammiversary. Now, on with WWE Raw preview for tonight. What better way to celebrate Memorial Day than have Raw in Canada? Canadian crowds are awesome. So let's see how Canadian crowds help out, especially with Raw being a little lately. Top 4 questions that must be answered tonight. I don't think anything will be made for the next pay-per-view, which is Payback. Well, maybe one match, which I'll get to in our top 4 questions that must be answered tonight. Start with question number 4. Who's next for the Shield? Well, the Shield continues their winning ways, especially after winning the championships, the IC championship for Ambrose, and of course, Rollins and Reigns winning the tag team championships this past Sunday, defeating Kofi Kingston and Team Hell No in a 6-man tag. I think Team Hell No will finally get a rematch soon, maybe at Payback, or maybe on tonight's Raw. And hopefully we get the Team Hell No breakup and see Daniel Bryan go solo. Finally, go solo and go for another singles title. Especially in the Animate War title picture. Speaking of that, that leads us to question number 3. Will we see some returns tonight? Specifically, either Dolph Ziggler and or Christian. Now, what better way for Christian to come back finally tonight than the return in Canada, his home country. So hoping to see Christian come back tonight. And hopefully we see Dolph Ziggler make a comeback tonight. We don't know if he's medically cleared yet, but hopefully he comes back soon. Hopefully tonight, maybe. Question number 2. What's next? For, of course, the new Paul Heyman guy, Curtis Axel. And a side question for that, what's Triple H's storyline condition? Now, Curtis Axel, as if you didn't see my Raw review, I was, like everybody else in the wrestling world, disappointed by the new Heyman guy. We thought it was someone like RVD, but no, it was someone like Michael McGill and Cody Ilka, Curtis Axel. The name's kind of weird. I like the combination. I do like his remix, like I said in my Raw review on Monday. There's things I like and things I didn't like. And I thought his push was going to get demoted quickly when his first match was made against Triple H. And it looked that way as Triple H was dominant over Curtis Axel, but Curtis Axel did look kind of good. He didn't get some offense in until Triple H collapsed. I use that collapse in parentheses because it was a storyline collapse. After everything he's been through, especially the beating he took the night before at Extreme Rules, especially getting nailed in the head with a sledgehammer by Brock Lesnar, Triple H collapsed and we're probably getting a storyline condition on Triple H this evening on Raw. Speaking of condition and status, leads us to question number 1. Will John Cena accept Ryback's challenge for Payback? Now, John Cena wasn't on Raw last week, selling his injuries from Extreme Rules, but Ryback was there, challenging Cena to a rematch at Payback in an ambulance match. We'll see if Cena comes back tonight, and he probably will tonight, to address the challenge of Ryback on whether or not you accept or not. I bet you he probably will. And we'll see all this and more on the Memorial Day Raw tonight at 8 on USA Network. And of course, there's still TNA returns to 9 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. That is it for the Atakline for today. I'll see you all later for my Raw review tonight. You've all been attacked by the news from Zach. Once again, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Yeah.